on your phone.
You are my fire, the one desire from me. I never wanna hear you say, I want it that way. Tell me why.
Okay.
Welcome to Generation Podcast.
Thanks, Jorge. That's one of our listeners.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a listener now, I'll say. I'm going to make him listen.
He's
good.
He's
my friend from LA.
He's going to need to listen now.
Yeah, that was really bad.
I think you got the lyrics wrong, dude.
Did you get the lyrics wrong? Do you know that song?
You are my fire, my one desire. Bam, 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 bam. There's like two more lines in there before it goes.
Tell me why?
No, before I want it.
Yeah, he's out of order. Off key.
It was, great effort. Though.
Off meds, whatever. Yeah. The last time I saw him, he was doing cocaine on a Zoom call with us.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the next Zoom call after that, he wasn't there, but another friend was doing mushrooms. And we were like the Zoom shroom guides. You know?
That's cool. Yeah, you're like trip sitters.
Trip sitters, yeah, exactly. I could do that for a living.
Dude, I'm being...
Don't you have to pretend, though, that you used to do it yourself, that you know what you're talking about?
It'd be helpful. You could probably steer someone down a wrong path by accident. I don't know.
Yeah. Welcome to the Generation Podcast. It's episode 277. Thank you.
Oh, 277.
Oh, yes. And I'm with Patrice. And we're on the casting couch. Ooh. We're feeling comfortable now. We got that musical introduction.
Yeah, man, that just set the mood.
Oh God, I'm in the mood. You got that sling on, and you're looking
it's
incapacitated. I just want to take advantage.
Oh my God, have you ever taken? It sounds like you've taken advantage of a physically handicapped person before.
No, only financially.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, speaking of handicapped, so my friend, fuck it, his name is Rob Kennedy.
Ooh.
He was my friend from college, and he had this girl he took out, and he had a fake handicap, or he had a handicap spot, like
the hanger,
the hanger, and he used it on a fucking first date.
Damn.
And then he's just like, yeah, she's like, wait, you have a handicap thing? He's like, yeah, you're not handicapped? No. It's like, my dad is in a wheelchair. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, bright idea.
And then he still went with the date. He still took her to fucking dinner. I would be like, yeah, we're going to go to McDonald's now.
Yeah, you've already set the bar so low.
The McDonald's is great. McDonald's is a worthy date. Let's not misspeak.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, for college or McDonald's, what's the difference between going to McDonald's and going to fucking Chili's for a college date?
I don't know, Chili's... I don't know. I think it's just the...
Who's going to suck your dick for some baby back ribs?
No one. Who's going to suck your dick for a Big Mac?
No one.
Yeah, okay.
So you might as well go to McDonald's.
There you go. It's going to be cheaper.
Exactly. You got to test them. Don't spend a bunch of money on no first fucking date.
Goddamn. I've said before, my go-to date was to take someone to the movies. Terrible idea.
That's the worst.
I know.
The only time I did that, I think twice, where I hadn't already, by the time the movie had kicked off, that I hadn't already made out with them at least. I did that. I went on very few movie dates, and I think only once I had not made a move prior to the movie starting, or not as in we're in the movie theater and I'm fingering her and getting a hand job as the previews are going. No, we're not even in the building or on the way to the movie theater.
Yeah. Okay.
My first date was to Drop Dead Gorgeous. This fucking random movie.
I don't think I've...
Denise Richards, I think, was in that shit.
Ooh, I like me some Denise Richards.
Somebody, spilled, kind of threw or splattered ice cream on my glasses on purpose, when we were out of the movie.
Oh,
and I just, instead of beating the guy up or, losing a fight...
Yeah.
I just, kind of took it like a bitch.
In front of the date?
Yeah.
I bet she was super impressed.
And then I didn't make a move when we got to her place. We watched Halloween H2O.
Ooh, Halloween.
Or was that a different time? I hung out with her more than once. Never had kissed a girl And then I went to Michigan and fooled around with my cousin's friend, like a couple weeks later.
I thought you were going to stop at cousin.
No. And then I'm ready. Shit, I'm ready.
I'm ready. I saw Halloween H2O, man. I'm ready to go.
Exactly. And, I just remember being in a pool with her and my cousin's friend and just, having a fucking raging boner,
Before you even did anything?
Playing, pool basketball. Oh. And I was just like, I want to dunk this fucking ball. And I want to put it in her butt.
Yeah. Butt first, because I'm not into vaginal stuff.
Yeah, I was like, I'm still virgin if I put it in her butt. Church of Latter-day Saints, look it up.
Oh, man, what did I saw this video the other day it was talking about how, Catholic school girls, thought, they could bypass the system by having, anal sex.
Is Catholics are in that now, too?
I think so. It's
Damn, I should have gone to Catholic school.
Yeah, Billy Joel said, man,
Fuck yeah.
Catholic school girls are always up to no good or something to that extent.
Yeah, something like that. They like the piano men because of the way they finger those keys. Right, Wendy? Finger, finger.
It's been said that Billy Joel uses the come hither method
while he's tickling the ivories.
While he's
is that how we got Chrissy Brinkley?
Oh yeah,
she was so hot.
She was.
She's
still pretty hot.
She's still pretty hot. My dad actually said that he saw them in an airport in Chicago, O'Hare Airport.
Yeah.
And he's like, he noticed Chrissy Brinkley. He didn't even realize that Billy Joel was even there. Because someone was like, yeah, Billy Joel's here. He's like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
cool. Do you see that really hot woman?
Yeah, it's like there's the hottest woman on earth right now in America.
Ooh.
The hottest discovered woman in America.
There's got to be some hidden gems out there.
The hottest woman in the world is probably not in America.
It's probably
they're probably one of the countries that listens to us.
It's probably like Jerusalem.
That's not a country.
It's probably like Iran.
Could be.
No, there's some models that are... Is Jerusalem really not a country?
No, you dumbass.
It's the promised land.
It is the promised land.
Yeah, I thought that implied it was a country.
No, it's like a city.
Sorry to all our listeners out there who live in Jerusalem.
You'll never be a country, I guess.
I totally thought you had at least statehood.
What was your first date?
My first, what constitutes a date? Because
you're with a girl by yourself. Group date counts.
Okay, I went on some group dates in 8th grade.
How was it set up? I'm the arbiter of this.
Okay. I didn't have a phone, so we AIM chat.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, which great receptacle to get, or great tool.
Oh, yeah, it is the best. I used it. And me and Wendy, and now you, all three are AIM.
I'm an AIM OG.
AIM OG? An AIM OG?
An AIM OG.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Goddamn. Goddamn.
Shit.
Lubed it up with that, man.
Yeah, man. Sent some little...
It's a precursor to using dating apps like Hinge, OkCupid, Tinder, and Bumble.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's others. Farmers Only.
Farmers Only, Christian Mingle.
Yeah.
Protestant Mingle. Islam Bomb.
All Dates Matter.
That last one probably shouldn't have said.
No, there's probably a fucking app for those people that think that, and it's all dates matter, all relationships matter, or some shit.
Yeah.
So all the fucking unmentionable folk can breathe together and breathe.
And then it's just like an echo chamber.
And then they can vote for Eric Trump.
Yeah.
Eventually, or Kushner, or whatever.
Or maybe they put his vote in now. He's not even on the ballot.
They can't spell. You have to write. You have to write it in.
My first date was... so it was a movie. I think I went to... saw some stupid Valentine's Day movie with Ashton Kutcher in it, and
you're so young. You're so fucking young. I forgot that movie was out in 2010, 2012 or something.
No. This was 2000. This is probably 2009.
That was not out in 2009.
Listeners, fact check us. I'm pretty sure that was out in 2000.
Nah, I'm pretty sure I was in
end of 2008, if not 2009.
You might be right.
But my parents drove us.
Fuck yeah.
We met, my friend came over and we hung out after school, played some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Got us in the zone, got our fingers ready.
Playing COD with your fingers.
Yeah. Fingers are ready, man.
Ooh, dexterous.
They're limber. They can go in places. like in a bag of popcorn.
Were you thinking like you were gonna finger someone?
No,
Like,
God, no, God, no. I'm just kind of propping it up like I was doing that kind of stuff, but I absolutely wasn't.
Yeah.
And I got my first kiss at this on this date. It may not have been my first date, maybe been the second date, but both dates were movie dates, and I was chaperoned by my parents.
So you decided. Wait, they dropped you off and then they picked you up?
Yeah.
Okay. So you decided that like I have a move and it's the movies. Like it's the 50s.
It's the movie move.
Yeah.
Cuz what else, I mean, that was given that time period, it was a great way to be in close proximity to the person who I liked and had a crush.
Yeah. If you don't have a car, you should go to the movies.
I think so.
Or a park or something. Go to a park.
Here's the question: if you're trying to set up a date and you don't have a car, do you ask the girl to pick you up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel some girls might shoot that down and be like, "Oh, you don't have a car?"
I'll be like, "Fuck it." No, it only matters if you don't live near a city. We're a little further out from DC, but
we're close-ish.
Close enough.
Like if we lived in Arlington or DC, you know.
You don't absolutely need a car here. There's buses and there's Uber and shit.
There's ways. You could bike. You could show up really sweaty after having biked and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry I'm late.
I took my bike." Yeah,
it's
honestly,
a 6-speed.
Like, if you don't have, like, if you got some situations that would preclude someone from like really taking you seriously, like, oh, I don't have a car, or I'm not working, or I'm living with family, or whatever. Who gives a fuck? Then find someone that doesn't care about that.
Exactly.
Or if it bothers you, get those things, and then find out that these people suck anyways. You know,
correct.
But at least you'd have those things.
At least you went to the effort to go and do that.
You like do it for you, but if you can't do it for you, do it because you think that you're only worthy. Yeah, of some random person's love, if
you have that mode of transportation.
If you have a car, the right job, and a place.
For the record, I do have a car. I do have a place to sleep, to stay.
Yeah,
that might not be my own. I am not homeless.
No.
I may be maimed.
You're maimed.
Slightly maimed. I'm not mained. I don't have a mane. I'm not a lion.
Not mained.
And I have a relatively average dick size. I check all the boxes I think most women look for.
You got rad, man. Relatively average dick.
I'm a rad.
You're a rad.
I'm a rad emoji.
All right, so I'm gonna double down on that lame joke I made. Okay.
About emoji?
No, that was good.
That was
great. Not good. Great. The dating app joke.
Okay.
So when I noticed earlier when we were driving to Wendy's to get some goddamn Frosty.
Some Frostina. Frosty Chino, which, go figure, it doesn't have ice cream in it. It's just a fucking play on words of a cappuccino. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it was good, though.
It was misleading. It was good, but it's not what I expected.
He still came. There was a girl that liked you on, what app was it?
It was Hinge.
You can find Patrice on Hinge at hinge.net.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Download it and find us.
Maybe Hinge will sponsor us.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, we're like their main demographic. It's like single men. 90% of the people on there are probably degenerates. Undateable. Have pictures that shouldn't be on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so things that shouldn't be on there. All right, I'm gonna say, if you were a woman, you might be remiss to wait. That's not the right word. You might be not stupid. You might be misguided to talk about you put your emphasis on social justice in a thing to try to get guys. So I'm gonna be perfectly blunt and honest with the audience. Most men do not give a fuck about your beliefs like that.
Political views. Anything along those lines.
And I'm not necessarily including myself, but I even get like put back like when I see too much of that. And you're like, we're not at a march. Like, you're looking for a mate.
Yeah.
Or something. You're looking for some type of companionship. Why are you why are you putting all your like stuff out there and not anything else about your personality?
Because it's who I am.
Yeah, it's who you are right now.
I am social justice. I embody.
It's like, what are you doing? Like,
if I even hear you say all lives matter, I'll fucking cut your dick off.
Yeah. So isn't it what the subtext of what the statement was?
Exactly. So this girl in question put something. Like don't go on it. Like I can't remember what the fuck.
It's like if you like just swipe left if you're like you're gonna if you say all lives matter.
Yeah, it's like well, you're saying a lot about yourself in very little words, and I don't think it's causing the right reaction that you want.
You're gonna be single forever.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get some soy boy that can't fuck you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it was just using you anyways.
It was under the guise of being really accepting and a feminist.
So, you're either going to have a guy that's into the cause and can't fuck you, or a guy that can fuck you but is pretending to be into it just to fuck you, and then will fuck you over, and then you will therefore go back and not learn anything and go back on the apps.
And do it again. And build a resentment towards all men. So then it doesn't matter if you're...
Then you're being all men.
Yes. Yeah.
On the app that you're looking for men on.
Yeah. And then you're going to turn into a lesbian eventually because you've run out of options.
Yeah, you're not like a true from the heart lesbian. You're like a...
You're more like...
Fuck it.
You're like a walk-on to the softball team. You didn't really try out.
Oh, great. It's like you don't get a Subaru.
No, you don't get a Forester. You get to start with a Honda Civic.
Yeah, you got to soup up a Civic.
And then maybe you'll meet this girl... Henrietta at a bar downtown called
Clinks. I don't know.
And you'll form a relationship, and then somewhere down the road she'll feel sorry for you because you haven't found a job and you're still incredibly involved in social justice, and she'll lend you her now 10-year-old Forester, and you'll be grateful, and then
you break up, but you get the Forester.
You get to keep the Forester, but she kept the dog and her dignity.
Yeah. And then went back to dick. Oh God! But why are you putting like before any type of chemistry is allowed to develop? You're putting your views. You're putting your protest pictures out there to attract men. It's a fucking joke.
Yeah, it is, man.
Why don't you just wear a burlap sack? We're not getting. It's an app to meet human beings that. We're drawn by visuals.
Yes.
Right? Men are drawn by visuals on this thing.
Correct.
We're always going, you're
so hot.
Look at Everyone does that. Even people that I can remember like having a nice time with and good conversation with.
Yeah.
Initially, I was like, on some level. And then you like, wait, they look pretty nice. Oh, that's a cute thing that they said there.
Oh, that's nice.
There.
Look at that. It's a funny joke.
But my first impulse is not, I should probably, It's
oh yeah.
And you know what my impulse is when I see like some social justice stuff? It's like pass.
Beep, beep, does not compute.
Yeah.
Fucking
the worst is when they put a protest picture and their friends are cuter.
Which bad idea. Typically, you want to go the route of being cuter than all the people you pose with.
Yeah, that's another thing. Make sure you're better looking than the other people. I've seen women. This is an unattractive thing too. I've seen women that will outright say, like, you better be the hot one of your friends or something. Like,
seriously?
Yeah.
God.
Dude, I've been around, man. You just see enough, like, whoosh, 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 whoosh.
You probably broke the matrix on Hinge of like, fuck, we got to increase the amount of swipes per day.
Just on all the apps, like, because it's like address my creative needs or impulses, or my crushing like despair and loneliness, which has a little side of horny sometimes.
Yeah,
not as much as it used to, but
sperm count going down.
The sperm count's fine, man. I quit soda. It's all good. Me,
on the other hand, aspartame and my sperms are probably having a battle for the ages.
You don't want your sperm. If you're like, I encourage you to maybe lose the aspartame unless someone sponsors, and then like if one of us is drinking soda, or two of us out of the four of us, then if it's half of us support a product, I'm gonna accept their money for whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll just let you do the ad.
Oh, dude, I would do the best Diet Coke.
You do the best aspartame ad. Yeah, Diet Coke really wants to look after this podcast.
Yeah, I saw their short list. We're number 2 on it. You know who we're behind?
Joe Rogan.
No, Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama. Fuck Joe Rogan. Fuck Michelle Obama's podcast.
We're gonna annihilate Michelle Obama's podcast.
So, do you have any other like pet peeves you see on apps? I want to hear from women too. So hopefully, if our sources have been involved in in the apps,
Dr. Source,
Dr. Source.
For me personally, I think I can't get over the fact that a dating profile is you're supposed to say and show, like, say as little as you can without saying too much, and show enough of yourself to seem appealable to others.
Yeah.
On this topic of, like, saying something socially or something, like, I wouldn't even call it bold, but stupid, you're automatically limiting yourself to the amount of people that may swipe on you.
Oh,
right?
It's tiny.
Yeah.
Because, look, like, who out there among men thinks that going after their like impulsive social justice desires is the way to their heart?
No one.
Because if you're at a rally or something, they're not gonna like get wet because you're
at
there.
A rally. No,
they're not. They don't. It's like being in the gym on steroids. Like but not at the gym on steroids. But like being that type of concept and like take it to the nth level because they are there for a purpose. Like you know, like it's not like the girl at with the machine that's like got her headphones on and is pumping and wants to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Without being hit on.
Yeah.
You know who else doesn't want to be hit on? Someone holding up a say my name or say their names play card.
Say my name.
Maybe she does, but they don't want that. You know, if they're harassing diners at you heard about that too, right?
No.
So it was actually the Mexican place that we went to in Adams Morgan. One of the places that they harassed people at. These guys were outside and they made a bunch of people like put their fists up. And most of them did it, and one guy's like, or lady or whatever, just kept eating. It's just like, no, thank you, like, please, I'm just trying to
eat my fucking food.
I would tell him to fuck off.
Yeah, because
I probably would have got torched, dude.
Yeah, oh my god.
Beat the fuck up.
Beat the fuck up. It would have been on camera. Yeah. You would have been labeled racist, not with it. It's like this: if you're not with us, you're against us mentality.
Yeah.
Can I just be Switzerland and sit the fuck out of all of this?
Yeah.
No, you can't, because if you do, then you're not caring enough.
Right. But what about the people that live in depressed communities or whatever you're supposed to call them, communities that just have a lot of problems or a lot of struggles, and what about the average everyday person there that's alive and living there, or someone that gets killed by a drug dealer and like random gunfire or something? Like, why isn't that talked about?
It should be
on the news, just constantly. Fundraisers, all sorts of you go fund me, all sorts of shit. So listen, I was with my writing partner today, and we saw on a fucking tree like one of those, you know, like the lost dog, lost cat type of signs, except it was, this is my puffer fish. I want you to please help us make him go viral or whatever on Instagram.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That was kind of interesting, but I'm like, this is like where I don't live here, but like this is where I spend a lot of time. Like, this is so innocuous. Not only is this would be cool if this was most of the country, but it's fucking not.
It's absolutely
it's really not. And instead of like, hey, help me here, donate a few bucks for my my daughter's funeral. She's 4. Like, she got shot in the head by a drug dealer. Yeah. Like, stray bullet. Or on purpose. Who the fuck knows sometimes. It's so bad, dude. I think I went on a tangent, and we're going to stay here for a bit.
No, I'm okay with staying on here, because this is the like, even now, in talking about this in a safe environment, being honest, I'm still mentally thinking of like, oh, I have to tiptoe around what I'm going to say here.
Yeah, of course.
I fucking hate that.
It's the worst. But then the only place where you feel safe talking is someone that you know has views that are more extreme than yours. And they're usually, it's like your dad or something, or like an uncle, or like a boss that talks to you about stuff that he shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, she's really put some weight on or something. Like, hey,
like,
can you believe this? Is like, well, I kind of agree with you there, but why'd you bring that thing up? It's not people you want to, like, really emulate. Because you get to a point, a lot of times, that maybe your dad or your uncle or your boss or somebody is your hero. Or one of your heroes.
My dad was my hero for a long time.
And then you see some of the flaws that you didn't really, or you weren't willing to see before, and they were flaws that became part of your personality in a way, and you realize where they came from, and you're just like, fuck me.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to have those same conversations you used to.
Exactly, because you want to try and, if possible, change that or distance yourself from that.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, man. I used to follow, like, my family, my mom and dad are both conservative, and I used to, like, it was in a molding period of, like, I would say, like, 14, 15 years old to, like, maybe up to, like, 18, 19.
Yeah.
Where I was just, like, blindly following and absorbing all, like, these relatively, like, stupid or naive mindsets of, like, conservatism.
Yeah.
And I would, like, excuse me, I would just kind of replicate that and be like, no, like, this is right, this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we're just puppeting things that we or that's not a word.
Emulating.
Puppeting.
I like that. We can make puppeting work.
Yeah, puppeting words or phrases and, like, viewpoints that we get from someone that we respect.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, some people are stupid enough to respect the newscasters and shit.
God,
and broadcasters. And that's, I mean, if I'm going to be wrong, I would prefer that it's someone that helped give birth to me.
Correct.
Like, that was there holding my mom's hand or whatever the fuck. I hope he was in there. I think he was in there.
Yeah, I think my dad missed the birth of one of my sisters because he was at a strip club at a bachelor's party.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Was it a surprise labor type of thing?
It was like she went into labor and she was on the way and my dad was like, oh fuck, I gotta go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Does your sister know that?
Yeah, it gets brought up all the time. It's hysterical.
Was he just like, oh god?
He's like, oh, that's not fair. That's not the whole story. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty much the whole story.
Yeah, I would skip a fucking bachelor party.
What, for your child's birth?
Yeah.
Nah, man, you can't pass up free titties. Actually, let me reframe that. They're not free. You have to pay for the buffet.
Yeah, they're not. Is there cover charge at that club?
Yeah, I think so. It was called, what was that club called? It was called,
where was it? In D.C.?
Yeah, it was in D.C. I think it was called...
Camelot?
It may have been Camelot.
Archibald's?
It may have been Two Shakes and a Pussycat.
Two Shakes and a Pussycat?
Yeah.
Oh, those strip clubs are the worst. Those places are so fucking depressing. If you're there for longer than 15 minutes, you just want to die and take them down with you.
I've never been to a strip club.
Ooh.
I would love to pop my strip club cherry and be as unimpressed as I am now with strip clubs.
Alright, we're going to do a quick intro update with our information. So this ties into what you were just saying. If you want to introduce Patrice to a strip club digitally, so give him a digital tour, either like an actual tour of a strip club, or just email us and like tell us what it's like for him to know, because I've only been like 4 times and I hated it most of the time.
So he's biased. You know?
I'm biased.
I need a unbiased.
Fresh. All right, so degeneratenation@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. And then, we might as well give the other info out. Facebook is Degenerate Nation Podcast or Degenerate Nation, and Twitter's @Degenerate Show, and Instagram is Degenerate Nation Podcast. That is @Degenerate Nation Podcast. So looking forward to connecting with you on those platforms. And yeah, I'm kind of on the fence of whether or not I want you to go to a strip club.
Yeah, I don't. It's like the risk versus reward.
It's your psyche's the risk. You don't have game enough to get with a stripper. The game is you have to have plenty of money to hand out, or just this like type of game.
I wouldn't want to get with a stripper.
No, of course not, dude. No, because nothing good can come of that.
No, I mean there's a lot of bad that could come from STDs, STIs, and God knows we'd be vulnerable because we
go raw on strippers and hookers
and anything. Or I shouldn't say anyone.
Anything.
Not anything. I don't. I don't fuck inanimate objects, but if I
His
did...
idea of a cum dumpster is coming on inside a literal dumpster. Because
it's like, anything. You're such a fucking cum dumpster.
You little piece of trash. You're so much trash.
God, who put recycling in here?
So we're going to talk about LeBron James.
Patrice has to take a piss.
Okay, when Patrice comes back, we're talking about LeBron James. So, LeBron James is a complicated man who's not very complex.
Yeah, I agree. He, first of all, should have never made a Space Jam 2.
Space Jam, not with him.
No.
They changed the jerseys. Okay, we'll get to Space Jam part
I'm sorry.
of it. I want to table the Space Jam element. I want to talk about how LeBron James thinks he's God's gift to everything.
He thinks he holds a huge amount of power.
He doesn't, because he's not an owner. He's a player.
He's a player, and I think he tends to forget that.
Yeah. My writing partner has long been behind this concept of the players just been like, peace. A lot of the really good players, spearheaded by someone like LeBron James.
Yeah.
But honestly, he probably would not, because he's more of a follower in that realm. I think.
Your writing partner or LeBron?
No, LeBron.
Oh, okay.
My writing partner is plenty of a leader. We're like co-leaders, you know.
Yeah.
But then LeBron, he's not going to be the first guy that's going to go do that.
He's not. He's gonna.
He needs some other stronger alpha player that's willing, not necessarily like a better player, but someone that like even like a Kyrie.
Yeah, someone that
he's a little bit more someone not contentious, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
you know,
a little more of a skeptic. At
least got a little bit more removal from the idea of needing to be loved, liked. LeBron just strikes me as someone who needs to be loved so badly, and maybe didn't get that from a certain source, that he's just willing to go down a rabbit hole and
to do anything to try and keep that level of appreciation and love.
Adoration.
I think that he will do anything to not be scrutinized and to seem like he's always doing the right thing.
Like talking about China, how much they love China, and speaking out against the general manager Daryl. I think it was Daryl Morley. Is that his name?
Yeah, I'm not sure
something Morley
the name,
in
but
Houston.
Just the balls to call out and be like, yeah, but why don't you be more concerned about stuff going on here than in China? You don't know about China. You don't live in China. It's like
you're getting Chinese money, a boost of money. But the NBA gets a lot more money because of China, or they did.
Yeah, it's
not
probably
anymore.
died down.
So you acted like a cuck for nothing.
Now, I mean,
because you're not even going to get the same amount of money if China doesn't kick in as much, because the Chinese government's like, we'll just start censoring it. I mean,
they censor everything.
And don't even get me started on James Harden. I can't stand James Harden. Yeah, I cannot stand him.
I don't like him as a player.
Well, he was the one that started the
whole movement.
Yeah, no, not the whole movement. Like the anti-Daryl Morley movement. I mean, that's your fucking boss, and you're like,
that was his coach,
his boss, his general manager.
Oh, it's the GM.
His boss's boss, the boss's boss. Anyways, so LeBron helped to lead a boycott, I guess, that lasted less than a fucking day.
Yeah, what bullshit is that?
In the playoffs.
We're talking about playoffs?
Playoffs?
We're talking about playoffs?
Playoffs? I guess we are talking about playoffs because it's back on. Because we're just having a day and a half to appease them.
We're just going to show...
It's about them now.
It is.
It's not about someone that did he have a criminal record, or?
I think he had a criminal record. I think something along the...
from that. I think there was a warrant out for him.
I think there was a warrant.
Okay, so doesn't mean someone should get blasted.
No, it doesn't, but it gives more credence or a little more validity to him being in that situation in the first place. Yeah. It wasn't some random person.
It wasn't a random perfectly innocent folk, and it's okay to say that and still say that what happened shouldn't happen. Okay?
Yeah.
There needs to be non-lethal means that still debilitate someone.
Agreed.
But don't kill or paralyze them, right?
Yeah, it's
something... Did I say that yesterday when we were talking, something in between a taser and a gun?
Yeah, and there is...
There's got to be something they can do. Yeah.
Hell, even tasers for some people, and it's like when people are hopped up on drugs.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they don't work. No. But tasers for most people are gonna work.
But they gotta have something like, okay, this is my weapon for this is for this is for that.
Yeah.
If that's a small step, like, you know how companies, there's American exceptionalism or whatever, right? We can get it fucking, they gotta be, and we want to buy American, we want our new weaponized police to be mid-graded weapons with, from Pittsburgh and Youngstown, Ohio, and shit like that.
And maybe South Dakota. Yeah. South Dakota.
And that's what we need. So we need less of these things so we don't have to find out what these players really think.
Exactly. And
we know what they really think is, I'm upset.
I'm upset. We're just like everyone else.
I'm so upset.
But
I feel threatened. LeBron James said he feels threatened. As if LeBron, I need you to love me, James, is going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
A.
No.
In a situation where cops are even around. And be mistreated by the cops, knowing goddamn well that he's LeBron James.
Yeah,
he lives in a gated community, and he has private security, and he feels threatened.
Yeah, shut up. No, you don't. You don't feel threatened. I also think that the point you made about it so became not about the individual, and it became about the players. Which, if it really was about the individual, the players, you guys would have stayed. You would have stayed boycotting. You wouldn't have just gone, oh, look at us. Oh, we want the publicity. Oh, but we're still going to play because we care about our careers. Just look, we're like other people.
Well, if they just stayed playing and talked about it in the press conference, like, shut it down, like, no, I'm not taking questions on the games. I'm only talking about this.
I think that would have been a better avenue.
And then donate your playoff check to the fucking cause that you're upset about. Like, when you're not... You don't have a fucking time machine, and you can't, and reverse what happened.
Yeah.
You don't have the power to make laws yourself in the moment. Mm-hmm. You have to do something else, and usually when you're in that position, it's money and speaking.
Yes.
You have the ability to do both those things, and you're limiting one by boycotting without any plan. Shaq was like, "What is your plan? Where's the plan?"
Yeah.
You know, like Kenny Smith walked off the TNT set. I was like, "That's fine." I mean. But he still gets a fucking check for the episode. I was like,
you might even get a bonus.
What is it's like the plan. Well, like during the civil rights movement, there seemed to be always plans.
Yeah,
because they had real leaders. Where are the real leaders right now?
They're not.
It's not fucking LeBron James.
It's not. He's
not a leader of that. He's the leader of a basketball team.
Yeah,
he's the leader of his family. He seems like a great dad.
He's a great athlete. Does all that. And I
feel bad because he didn't have a father growing up.
Yeah.
And his mom like ran off with doing whatever she was allegedly with his teammate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
God.
one that had severe bipolar and was like is like practically homeless now or something.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Not Jameer Nelson, was the other guy, Delonte West.
Oh, the guy from the Cavaliers?
Yeah.
Damn. He was decent back
allegedly. Then. I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but was allegedly hooked up with his mom. Your teammate's fucking mom, and they didn't beat him up?
Yeah.
I mean, but we're saying allegedly, because I don't remember a full-on... There was no statement that it's like, that definitely happened. So I shouldn't have brought it up. But anyways, he had it rough, and he doesn't have it rough anymore, like, on the surface.
Yeah.
But underneath it, there's got to be something. The engine's still turning, man.
It is.
Where Jordan's engine to just destroy, like, win, destroy, legacy. And LeBron doesn't seem to be in that same mold.
No, I don't think so. I think you mentioned something, off air the other day. It's like LeBron's not like Kobe or Jordan, and Jordan and Kobe share that same mentality.
Kobe, it's like where did Jordan get it from? I don't know. Yeah. Where did Kobe get it from? Partially internally, and also the talent. His dad was a great athlete. He played professionally, and but some of that drive, like he had a model in Jordan, and they had a relationship at some point. A sexual one.
Ooh.
Oh, and
they dabble.
They all dabble in that. But
yeah, do you think I bet there's a lot of closeted NBA players.
Oh yeah, or well, it's more they go in like group sex.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like it's for some reason cool to like fuck with your teammate's lover, and I don't understand why they pass girls around.
I heard I heard the Washington Wizards had a really bad case of that.
They did?
Yeah. They called them the Whiz Kids, and it was all the like rookies on the team.
And they were all sharing women?
No, they're all sharing each other.
So Jordan would not have boycotted because he'd be like, playoffs?
Playoffs?
And I'm not saying one, and Kobe wouldn't have either. I'm not saying that one mentality is better than the other, that the Mamba mentality or whatever is better than the LeBron mentality. But I am more drawn to that Jordan or LeBron mentality, or sorry, Kobe mentality of like, I'm here for this.
Yeah.
I'll deal with this.
This is what my job is supposed to be.
This fuels me.
Yeah.
I don't approach this as a rich person. I approach this as a needy person that wants to win and needs to be the best and wants more titles than that guy and that guy and that guy. And LeBron's the same guy who's like, I want 7 titles or whatever. Not 1, not 2. Well, how do you get there? You don't fucking boycott and then come bitch back the next day.
Yeah. I've absolutely decreased or reduced my perception of it. And it was already low.
Yeah, it's not a respect thing for me. It's more like you can have a high level of respect for someone's like intentions and stuff, and even someone their actions without really liking those actions or that person.
Agree.
And I'm there for LeBron.
I think it also boils down to it's their job to play basketball. When did they think they had the power or acquired the power, so it seems to just not play games and sit out of games?
Maybe when they had Black Lives Matter on the courts and stuff like on their jerseys and stuff, because that was like an appeasement, and they took that.
Yeah.
But
it's just.
I mean, I would want more too, but the Wizards players are like, yeah, let's boycott.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah, they're terrible.
And these are the best 2 teams in the league, like besides Milwaukee and I guess Toronto. Like 2 of the best 4 teams were the Lakers and the Clippers, and they all wanted to boycott, and they were upset. They were really upset. Well, where's the leadership in that room to be like, guys, like I know we're all fucking pissed off.
How about we actually make a plan and carry it out?
If we're gonna boycott, we gotta really do this.
Yeah.
And shut this whole fucking thing down. It's gonna cost us a lot of money. And I think I'm cynical, so I think that's ultimately what got him back in the room. And
it's about
the playoff
money.
checks and the fact that the following year's salaries for free agents depend on how much money comes in this year.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine that locker room where it's like, all right, guys, we're all really upset. Anyone have an idea? How about
Let's just walk out.
How about we don't play? Why would we do that? Because it'll really show them that basketball can't go on in this country, in a country like this.
During coronavirus, where some people are barely watching anyways.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to save your sport.
You know what's going to show them? Us not playing basketball. Dude, that's the last fucking thing on anyone's list.
I'm sure a lot of them aren't really necessarily Trump supporters. And
probably all
I
kind of know why. Can't say it, but I kind of know why.
Because the percentage of the vote for African Americans, is somehow still slanted that far. Mm-hmm. Yeah, despite not getting enough back.
Yeah.
We're not Republicans either. We're more independent ourselves. But
I would have voted for Bernie.
For what? For Bernie?
Bernie!
But yeah, these things all need to fucking that percentage. It should, unless a high percentage of people in a certain demographic, any demographic, are getting quality return for their investment of a vote, of a donation.
Yeah.
Why would that high a percentage of a demographic continue again and again?
It wouldn't. That's like the definition of insanity.
Yeah, it's like a sunk cost fallacy or something. Like, well, my grandfather voted for this, so I'm gonna. We were just talking about getting away from habits that were instilled by like our fathers.
Yeah, absolutely.
That aren't necessarily good. Both our fathers are more conservative, and we're like got pushed the other way, and then you settle somewhere
in the middle. It's like
you might still be moving. I settled in with nihilism, and I'm okay with that. But I just keep harping on it. Back to LeBron. Oh, there's a bug. Ooh.
And it's gone.
It's gone. When he did that decision thing.
Yeah.
And they opened up a school, and he gave like $2 million for it. But the fucking Akron like taxpayers have to pay for it going forward. I don't think he's still like
involved in it.
Involved in as much. Even if he is, I misspoke and I'm sorry, and I should have done my research. But you know what?
I would go out on a limb and gamble and say he's not.
Yeah, like so. Ultimately, is his contribution to the world outside of being an amazing basketball player worth hearing about him so much?
I think people have put him onto this platform that
like HBO and like
it's like anything he does or says is law, and like you have to take it for like verbatim.
LeBron's law, yeah. I mean, God, Space Jam 2 though. That's gonna suck.
That is gonna suck. I don't know, man. You can't.
Terrible.
You can't replace Michael.
No, because Jordan was the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
He will always be the greatest of all time, probably. I mean, at least we won't know for another 5-10 years at least if he's not like maybe Doncic could be better or maybe
Doncic could be better. Maybe
Greek
Zion.
Freak.
I don't know.
Zion, no way. Zion isn't a primary ball handler, and he's not a dominant center. He's a power forward. So he needs the ball from someone else without being the guy that you throw it into and it never comes out, like the center, and gets every rebound and shit and blocks all the shots. He's just like a kind of do most of the thing. He's like a really good, like second best player on your team.
I agree.
Yeah. But I love basketball, man.
I know, I do too. I miss it.
It's coming back. God damn it, it's got to come back. College basketball is trying to decide whether to come back, and
what do you think?
I think it's going to come back. I think it's going to get delayed, but I think it will come back by December or January.
Okay. When does this season typically start? Like October?
November 10th this year is when it's supposed to start with the Champions Classic with Michigan State and Duke.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah, dude. What players would you like to see take over the reins for LeBron as far as like leading the charge on this type of thing, like socially or like politically or anything like that?
To be honest, no one.
No one.
That, in my opinion, I don't think that's. People would be like, oh, there's probably
Draymond.
Fuck no. Don't like Draymond Green. Think he's a dirty player. I know he went to state.
He punched LeBron.
Did he?
Allegedly. Or kneed him in the groin or something.
We got a lot of allegedly going on tonight.
Yeah. He got suspended for it in the finals, and that's why the series changed. And was it 2016 or something?
Oh yeah.
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 So yeah, that's a strong answer. That was a strong no. I don't love him as much as I did when he was a Spartan. And usually your love for a player that went to your school like only grows exponentially over time. And
you would think so.
It was like I was at like a 94 out of 100. I'm probably at like a 73 out of 100.
Okay, so
still pretty strong.
It's gone down a little bit. Yeah, not substantial.
Yeah, but it's just sometimes he, I respect that he opens his mouth and words come out before necessarily the thought.
Yeah.
Because we need more people like that.
I agree.
But on the flip side, sometimes when that happens, you get someone like Montrezl Harrell. Am I saying his name right?
I think you said it right.
Fuck the guy. He called Luka Doncic Doncic? How do you say it?
Doncic.
I
think.
A
pussy ass white boy.
Pussy ass white boy. And then he does not get a fine. He does not get suspended. He gets lambasted for it in certain circles, including Jay Williams, I love that guy.
Yeah, I do too.
He went to Duke, but he's great commentator or studio analyst, and he was saying, and others have echoed this, myself included, Patrice included, and my writing partner as well, that if the roles were reversed,
oh my God,
if he had said something disparaging to an African American athlete on a national stage, because there's no fans, you can hear what they're saying.
He might be barred for life from the NBA.
Yeah, exactly. It would not be good. And our answer here is not to outlaw people saying anything or have like as harsh a penalty as that.
But it's got to be.
It's got to be at least a suspension.
Fair. Yeah. It's got to be fair.
For any race, like, because come on.
Yeah.
All right, like, did it really offend him as much as it might have offended Montrezl Harrell or any other black player?
Probably not.
Probably not, because it's like, okay, man.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm still gonna score.
Now, is that white privilege though? I think maybe a little.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. To not be offended by race stuff.
Yeah, it's because we've never been in that position.
Well,
I've been using race as
I've been positively addressed as a white boy on the court before.
As have I.
And you're like, okay, we allow that. Yeah, it's not like, dude, I'm a player. Like,
yeah, I'm a player before my race.
Yeah, exactly. Then that's what everyone is, and I don't know. It's frustrating that there would be no penalty for that in this climate when we're trying to lean so hard one way, and we're just forgetting that other people make mistakes too, horrible mistakes. And because he said pussy ass white boy and didn't use a slur, I guess. Don't boot him out for the whole playoffs, but like make him apologize, take some game checks away, donate it to the Anti-Defamation League.
Yeah,
it's fucking standard PR shit, and they can't even do that. So the league deserves a fucking fold. It deserves to have fucking boycotts because they kowtowed to China, and they had some of their players come out. Their bigger players, what's his face, fucking LeBron, and James fucking Harden, coming out, and supporting China, and they're like, Hong Kong's getting fucking reamed, dude. I don't even care that much about that shit. I'm not a public figure saying this shit to protect my money.
I don't think. I agree.
When I already have a shitload of it.
I don't think that athletes should necessarily be public figures either. I think that's where.
But you are an athlete, or have been in the past, like
correct,
prominent.
But I wouldn't like. I understand they're nationally televised, so people know who they are. But that shouldn't grant them extra benefits or considerations or people listening to you more, taking what you say as like gospel.
They got clay feet. Like big time, like because they're just people, and sometimes they get worse because they get the public eye on them, and they get more stressed out. And it's just like, I think they should get the money, but without the extra attention. Because it's an extremely specialized thing. So even if it wasn't as popular as it should at least get much as like an airplane mechanic.
Yeah,
that's super specialized.
Yeah.
If there was if airplane racing, or there was a reality show with some guy with airplane mechanicry, whatever, like he would get a lot of money, right?
He would.
And no one would complain about that. No one complains about fucking the house flippers on TV or the house restorers.
It's like those two guys from Jersey.
Yeah, it's like flip it or fuck off. It's like they get all this money, and I don't hear a teacher complaining about them getting, because they watch that shit.
Yeah, and I also don't see those people that are the stars of those shows coming out and making political statements. Why is it different?
Duck Dynasty.
Okay. Should they? No. But why is it so much more profound in athletics? Is it because more people can bond over athletics? Or find commonalities in it?
I think so. And there's a microphone in their face after a game when they're sweaty and they just expel all their energy. And it's like, what do you think about this genocide inside here? Oh, I think all genocide is bad genocide. You know, it's like,
how about you ask them questions about the game? What they get paid to do? They don't get paid to make statements about.
Right. Let them bring that up. Don't ask them.
Yeah.
Let them bring it up, because they have the platform. They can use it. But when you're forcing it on them, you're just trying to sell a story, man. You're trying to create a narrative that's not really there.
Absolutely.
Some bullshit. Do not create the narratives that don't exist. Okay. What else you got to say? You want to do the Patreon?
You can reach out to us on our Patreon if you'd like to support the show. We've got some donors already. We need a couple more. Any little bit helps, even if it's 1 cent a day. We will appreciate it. You can find us on Patreon at Degenerate Nation Podcast. Correct?
No, it's just Degenerate Nation.
Degenerate Nation. Yeah. Ooh. If there's a Degenerate Nation podcast and it's not us, don't donate to them.
Just Degenerate Nation at Patreon. So, send us some money so we can buy some LeBron James shoes.
Yeah.
That are not made in Akron.
They're goddamn not. They're made in China, which he loves.
Bye.